Oh man. As we circumvent through the world's not so much as tragedies, but the accomplishments. One of the accomplishments is you are beginning to explore your inner being, which is expected at this point in time. But like I said, the Biden and Trump, I haven't heard too much from for specific reasons. One of them being the fact that really you could try, man. You take it from something and put it to another. But no, in reality, you just need to sell at a minimum. And shout out to my sponsor, Progressive. Meaning the lowest will sell the most. That's why I gave it out for free, man. But at the same time, I knew that it was gonna be competition that lays underneath the surface. Which is like I said with Tesla. Now, how much is it to charge up the full battery can Tesla? And how much electrical volts does it take? Because like I said, with my hydrogen, cars can run off of air. I mean, we'll have to minimize what you call it emissions, but it'd be futuristic. It'd be a pull towards a newer way of green lands, if that's what you plan on making. But like I said, the ideas are up for grabs as usual. Now, at this point, you may not want to take my what you call it advice. Why? Because Elon is in Texas. Now, I know, like you know, what he's there for. Like I said, you wanted to persuade something where the cost of energy would be increased. Because I'm trying to figure out how much energy it's going to take to charge your electricals. Car, by the way. I got to thinking. I said, well, electric, that's pretty expensive compared to going to the gas station. Because then I said, you not only is you taking up a supply of energy for your personal business use, where does it actually come from? It's another question. Elon? So I'm starting to think, I said, well, is it really a winner if we all don't have one? Or is it a winner for those that do? I don't think so. I think that everyone needs to have one, Elon. Because you're using what everyone else uses, energy. Now, how much energy are you taking up? I gotta look at this from a business perspective. Because when you disenfranchise one business to infuse another one, which, like I said, is using the same so-called things that's supposed to be used right now, which is energy, electric. So, is the pandemic really the reason? Or is it the fact that electrically we need the energy? Man, I said, wow, this is interesting. Yeah. Something to think about. And salute to the frontline workers out there, man. Because I heard a story where some workers are being attacked by vermins, rats, bit by it at the place of work. Mm, 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 mm. Like I said, man, to be bit by that and to have COVID going on, it's like two of the same, uh, bad situations. A rat bite, yeah, who knows what you get from that? Mm. Oh man, but like I said, this is where things are headed in the social society, which is some are willing to accept. Man, like I said, you're only as good as the things that you accumulate, you do, you produce. That's why I said it's really not the niggercratic fault. It's systematically the approach that needs to necessarily be taken. Because on one hand, you have a history, and on the other hand, you have a future. Now, within the pandemic, neither one of them looks so bright. But somehow, some way, hopefully, get things to a suitable normalization where there's strict guidelines, but there's a way to cope around the guidelines, which is time. But like I said, no one has that in the middle of a pandemic, which is understandable. But we'll come together, take a stand. But I know the holidays, I said it hasn't been the same since Easter of last year. Oh, is it? Yeah, it was last year, I believe. Easter was canceled. Um, let's jump into what the daily is because my niggercratic campaign has reached a whole nother level to the point where your politicals are speechless. Coronavirus updates. U.S. marks deadliest week of pandemic. I mean, like I said, you holding out on your so-called vaccine. But like I said, I don't want to advertise anything that's not proven yet. I want to see if it's proven. And like I said, you have a way of stigmatizing it, which is showing people getting the vaccine, joyful and excited. So open it up for everyone if you have it like that. And from the looks of things that's been going on outside of politicals, it's actually getting worse. Mm, mm, mm. Oh. Pennsylvania governor says he tested positive for corona. No. I don't want you to test positive or negative, man. I want to get down to the fact that I have majority votes, others. And to make this a big spectacle, knowing who the actual president is. Like I said, I'm looking to get either carried by horse or by like my what you call it, throne or whatever. That'd be nice. I mean I know, like I said, that the payouts and all. Like I said, I'm looking forward to the change in the market of stability with Bank Moon, and in order to process that, I need backers that's willing to equivalate and to establish the Moon card. for my public officials. Trump tries to revive stalled election eve. No, no, like I said, you can have your branches of government. I don't want to take nothing from you. If you believe you the president of Republicans, then so be it. If you believe that Biden is the president of Democrats, then so be it. I declared myself the president of a Niggocratic campaign. Man, Moon Enterprises is still on the rise, by the way. I'm sorry, Moontide Enterprises. Man. UK investigates possible allergic reaction to the COVID-19 vaccine. Okay. All right. One out of how many? Come on, man. The show must go on. And like I said, everyone's looking for the publicity. And is it a stunt or not? You gotta question yourself in the middle of a pandemic. And the way it's looking, it's not outside of the media, but inside the media, it might be. Nobody knows expert baffled by mystery illness. That was a day ago, man. Like I said, somebody want that or don't want that publicity. Either or. Trump impersonator again, nah, man. You gotta update your news. Stimulus checks aren't in the bipartisan relief proposal. Like I said, you wanna keep your officials going. I would like to create my officials. But like I said, I need the backers in order to create this moon card to establish a branch of justice within an injustice. Like I said, it's time to have something for what's in the dictionary and what's been termed by the previous, you said, owners and, traders and all of this other stuff. All I'm asking for is an equal opportunity amongst your opportunity. Like you said, change. It's valuable. Former Israeli space security chief says extraterrestrials exist. Like I said, man, you have to accept these things. I have Alf as my vice president. Underground party in California leads to 151 or 58 arrests. Like I said, don't get yourself involved in the living like it's your last. Get yourself involved in the key to survival and where it may lay. Because pandemic, I said, man, people out here eating horses. Yeah, what they say, go vegan, huh? What's next? I'm telling you, man. So, like I said, you want to go out and get at risk. Like I said, as your president, I can't really stop you at this point because the others aren't combating with the plan, which is to distribute whatever it is that can ease the pandemic. You said the vaccine did the trick. Someone says that they broke them out. You see? California pastor church found in contempt, fined over COVID rules. Like I said, at this point, after 6 months, rules and regulations need to either adjust or loosen. Like I said, there's ways to adjust, but you already know. It's going do what it's been doing already. Like I said, you have to seek every approach necessary in order to sustain a pandemic. It's unsustainable from the dictionary. But as humans, like I said, change. You can defy the dictionary. Yes, you can. Underground parties in Cali, yeah, that's interesting. Like I said, don't throw underground situations because, like I said, or anything of that matter, it's a desperation across the nation. It's beginning. Like I said, man, nightly news, full broadcast, December 8th. That was, like I said, Judge Grant, nah. Like I said, man, you giving me old news. Biden picks Ohio representative Marcia Fudge for her secretary. Oh, congratulations with that one. Ben Carson. I'm like I said, we have to how you said uh, go over the neurology. Like I said, man, do whatever you got to do, Biden or Trump. Trump wants to stay, Biden wants to go in. I just prepared myself to be elected regardless of who they pick. I don't necessarily need one at this moment. It's a pandemic. Main team dies by suicide. I'm not laughing at that. R.I.P. to the team, man. R.I.P. to them. But like I said, it's more desperation and more of like I said, the pandemic gives you the best. But then my subconscious and my ego, it said, let me think about this pandemic, man. Let me look through it and see what guidelines and disinfluence guidelines and how things can go. And what can be the approach. Basically, a main teen dies by suicide after struggling to cope with pandemic, father says. Like I said, man, between the insufficiencies between the things that these kids see and their reality for the future. Massive goldfish wing, 9 pounds, found in South Carolina lake. I did speak of a big fish yesterday. Olivia Julie Olivia Jade in first interview since college admission scandal. Like I said, there's plenty more. No real justification due to the fact that, like I said, money, power. Like I said, Democratic campaign is still on the rise. So is the Moon Tie Enterprise. Florida authorities raid home of ex official who says she was ousted. Listen, there's so much of that going on at the current moment and soon to be taking place that I would advise the people to get prepared in the most dramatic way. Because, like I said, they want to wait until January. In the middle of this pandemic, do you, the people, have time to wait until January? With that being said, think in order to achieve. With that being said, peace. I gotta go.